What we do here is go back.
Always get my volume pushed up.
Now we are. Now, people heard that. I haven't even played the intro yet. I just wanted you to be mid-sentence.
When we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Twitch has this thing where I turn it down and then I hit play and it jacks the sound back up to like mid. Why are you doing that? So, is it time to start the intro?
Just played the intro, and now we're live. Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin Logan, host of the honestly the best technological stream you'll see this side of the moon. And
shutting itself down.
And joining me as ever, the inconvenient urinator,
yes.
Dr. Christy Winters.
Normally it's Kevin who shows up, and then 2 minutes before we start, it's like, all right, I got to go for a piss.
Right, but there is a difference. There is a fundamental difference here, Christy. Right?
Yeah.
I host the thing, right? So I have to send you a thing and then go for a piss at some point near the thing. Whereas you clicked the link to join and then sat there and told me that you needed to go to the toilet. Why didn't you just go to the toilet and then join the thing?
Because if I would have gone to the toilet and then come back, I would have shown up like 1 minute before the show started, and you would have yelled at me for that.
I wouldn't have, because I would have expected that. That's what we always do. When was the last time we ever got here more than 5 minutes beforehand?
No, there are times that I've been here. We've been here for 10 minutes, and we've had a chat, and then you've gone for a piss like 2 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah, so that you maximise the potential.
So it's okay when you
gap.
do it. It's okay when you
Well,
do
no,
it.
but there's a difference because I have to give you plenty of
No,
time.
there isn't a difference.
You didn't
The
need to
fact is,
press the
I
button.
already told you that I hit the button, then realized I should probably go for a wee, but then it was already connecting. And it was too late. I didn't want to bail on you, but I didn't know it was going to take you a while because you were pissing
Hang
at the
on,
same
so
time
your
I wanted
finger
to.
reacted before you knew your bladder was telling you something? Is that the actual argument you're laying down for me now?
So yeah, I clicked live and I thought, oh, should I make a quick stop before? And then I thought, well, it was 4 minutes before.
You know what?
Wait. I'm not done, Todd. Not now, Todd. So it was like 4 minutes before. And then I sat there waiting for a moment. And then I was like, okay, well, should I bail out or should I just leave and go do it and leave him on empty air? It doesn't matter what I'm going to do because he's going to yell at me anyway.
I'm not yelling at you, Christy. I'm creating content. This is
He
absolutely...
says in a loud bellowing voice, I'm not yelling.
I'm not yelling, Christy. I'm not. I can't believe you've been this mean to me when I introduced you to... I mean, I think the second most important German cultural artifact of the world, the Umpar rap cover, yesterday.
Yeah, but tonight you called me an unreliable urinator or something. So
not unreliable. No. The
Whatever
reliability of your pissing is absolutely fine. That was never the criticism. I think I said inconvenient, wasn't it? I don't know.
Oh, what? Because we actually showed up on time. Is that why the show was
Exactly.
inconvenient?
It's ridiculous,
So Eric
Christy.
still has time to go there
You're
and come
setting
back.
high standards for timing that you know we can't keep. Anyway.
This is what I have to put up with every week.
Exactly. But Christy, I do have to introduce you to... I mean, I honestly think this is the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of the world. Competitive forklifting.
Not a thing.
It is a thing.
Not a thing.
Not only is it a thing, it's a thing in the country you now live.
Germans maximizing their forklifting efficiency.
Not even efficiency, it's artistry, Christo. This is competitive, okay?
Der Stapler Cup in Aschaffenburg, das große Finale. Es geht die deutsche Meisterschaft im Staplerfahren und das beste nationale und internationale
Oh my
Team.
God, there are
Die
actual people
besten
there.
Staplerheldinnen und
In the
Helden aus
audience.
23 Regionalmeisterschaften haben sich
Three
qualifiziert.
regional championships.
Yeah, and they pack out like a proper auditorium for it, and some of it's actually really skilled. Like, the one I was watching yesterday that introduced me to it, and I thank you to the person who did, was they had a forklift, right, regular forklift, with a tiny toy forklift at the end of one of the prongs, and they were using it to pick up things the size of like a matchbox and stack them. Honestly, it blew me away. I don't think my life will ever be the same.
4 Wettbewerbe, 15 Mannschaften in der Firmenteammeisterschaft, 12 Damen und 23 Herren in den Einzeldisziplinen.
Although, see, they're
Diesmal auch
saying
wieder
women and
dabei
men. They say
der
most of
Nations
men.
Cup.
Ja.
Mannschaften aus 10 Ländern treten gegeneinander.
Also, I do find it funny that they're using the word manshaft quite a lot.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
That's just a personal little picadillo on my part, just saying.
An, mit Teamplay und geballter Stapler-Action.
Team play. There's no fuck off. There's no way, Germany, you don't have your own word for team play. Don't start with me.
Look at how many words. Oh, they're doing the English translation. That's really nice. But yeah, there's quite a lot of English, like straight up English words. They don't even try to pronounce them with a German accent. They're just straight up, yeah, like from the States or from England, from English.
Ja, das Tolle an dem Stapler Cup ist definitiv dieses Gegeneinander, diese Endorphine, diese Herausforderung.
Show us the
the
actual forklifting.
Herausforderung.
Steelbumps,
It's one
der
of my
Victory
favorite
Tower,
German words.
Der Slalom-Parcours und die Hero
Slalom
Victory tower.
parkour.
Victory Tower.
Oh,
The slalom parkour. Can we please watch that?
well,
Und
I think
ganz
we,
neu dabei, die Speedstacker, bei denen die Fahrer so schnell wie möglich alle Teile des Heroes im Slalom einsammeln müssen.
Dieses Zusammenspiel zwischen Füße und
the
Hände,
interplay between feet and hands. Oh, it's so good.
das muss eigentlich eine Einheit geben.
Look at him.
Alles
He's an
flüssig sein.
athlete,
Da
Christy.
brauchst eigentlich nirgendwo
In the way
irgendwelche
Babe Ruth
Stillstandszeiten
was an
geben.
athlete.
Staplerfahren
Exactly.
entweder man beherrscht.
And he also wasn't competing against black people. Although I assume in this instance they're not banned. It's just they're not there.
No.
Because this is the whitest shit ever.
It is so white. Yeah. This is some white shit.
Oder man lernt es nie.
Höchste Konzentration, Dramatik pur.
Pure drama! Oh, it's too good. Christy,
Look at
it's
the
too
heartbreak, Kevin. Look at the heartbreak.
That man's dreams have been destroyed. He might as well fucking end it all, frankly. Look at him. His life's ruined.
Until next year's competition.
Till next year, until the regionals in 2 months' time.
It will never finally be decided who is the world champion
Of forklifting.
of forklifting.
Yeah.
Wer wird deutsche Meisterin, deutscher Meister und Sieger in den Teamwettbewerben?
Well, presumably they go on from the German championship to the Europeans.
See, Slovakia won. Look, all I'm saying, look, is this a safe space? Can we talk honestly here?
Sure, yeah, go
without
ahead,
judgment, all right? If the Germans had just finished off what they were trying to do during the Second World War, they wouldn't have had to defeat Slovakia, would they? Slovakia have come and cooked Germany at their own made-up sport because they didn't destroy the entirety of Slovakia.
I don't think you need a safe space for that. I think you need, well, you're not monetized anyway.
I'm feeling
You're a
judged.
partner.
Christy, I asked if this was a say. I'm feeling very, very judged right now.
Well, I mean, it inevitably goes back to the Second World War, so.
Of course it does. I'm listening to German. Did you not think I was thinking in my head, Hitler, 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 Hitler? Of course it was. The only time I've ever heard German spoken was by like fucking Nazis in the background of war films. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, and Indiana Jones too.
Indiana Jones, again, Nazis.
Yeah,
Always
well,
Nazis.
that's why I pulled them out. Yeah. I hate these
It
guys.
was full of energy and everything, so very nice, yeah.
That is the LeBron James of forklifting, people. Have some fucking respect.
Ja, das war ein Auf und Ab der Gefühle, ja.
Why does it look like a rocket? It should look like a forklift.
It should, really.
They are way too excited.
That is a lot of energy. That is far more energy than I could ever muster about forklifts, to be honest.
Yes.
It's too
Also,
much.
we should also say it's good that gender stereotypes are being broken in terms of this kind of work, so that's great.
Exactly. They are slowly lifting the glass ceiling and then placing it onto a shelf. Okay?
Ladies and Gentlemen, begrüßt den Meister 2022, Benjamin Duncan!
Achso, das ist optimal, das ist geil. Einfach nur geil.
I don't even know who the champion is now. They've raised several cups. I
Yeah,
have no
I think there's
idea.
maybe there's different divisions, or one is a firm one.
Weight
company
classes.
one. Company versus individual merit. I don't know what the various
I have no
categories
fucking
are.
idea. Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
anyway, Christy, yeah, you're very welcome. Do you feel more German now? Do you feel more in touch with your adopted home nation?
Well, I got to hear more German now, so that was
You
good
did?
practice.
You did?
Yeah.
You know, you're also going to get to hear more of, if you listen to the live stream, whatever, the wheel intro.
Excellent. Well, I'll get to watch it.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Only the chat gets to enjoy the music.
This hamster and shit.
Oh, it's so good. So many just random fucking things. And one person being very flamboyant. But I was watching.
When you say
and
one
there were-
person being very flamboyant, you mean you, the
No.
compiler of these images.
No, it's the guy who's standing in front of the.
Oh, that
Well,
guy.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be bad.
okay.
Really black. I know.
Yeah, you know those. Well, the guy in the wheel, actually, there's quite a lot of flamboyant skills. The Penny Farthing guy is, I mean, it's a look.
Yeah. Oh, it's the guy with
He's
the name
serving,
tag.
he's serving cunt in a very big and then a much smaller rear way. So,
I
anyway,
don't even know how I got that clip, but it's amazing. I'm so glad I used it.
it is indeed. Yes. I could have shared the screen with you whilst the intro was playing. I don't know why I didn't. Anyway, it's wheel time, motherfuckers.
Oh, you never show me the wheel screen, you mean, versus the other one. Okay.
Well, that is... You know what? I'm overruling the wheel, because that's for like halfway through or something.
Alright, you just gonna leave it on?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it on there. Fuck you, wheel. I'm overriding you. Not first up, okay? I see your fucking ways, wheel.
I would love it if it put back musical interlude. No,
Well, we'll
fuck
just
you,
go
Kevin.
again. Do you think I'm going to be... Oh, fuck off. Do you think...
There's only one off.
Do you think... Honestly, Christy, do you think I'm going to be out fucking...
I think if the wheel gave you the same pie slice twice, especially on the
Outstubborned.
first,
No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
be outstubborned by a wheel. It's not
well,
happening.
you could just overwhelmed by the low probability of that happening.
Yeah, but we'll try again. And again. And again. And again.
We'll be here all night. And Kevin just Kevin refusing to do the musical interlude.
Exactly. It's the way it goes. Anyway, I quite like that. And Emperor's Transius Maximus. I thought that was a fun little play on it. So I have no real idea whether any of this story is realistically true or not or whatever, but I love it because it annoys all the right people.
Oh well, I mean, it looks
really.
serious to me, and there's
Yeah.
if you read down, I mean, it was my recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting information there.
So yes, the Roman Emperor Elagabalus, now dead, of course. Can we get some lols in chat? May or may not have been trans or something.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Okay. UK Museum. Does it say which one?
Maybe later.
Maybe. I don't know.
North Hertfordshire.
North Hertfordshire Museum says it will be heeding research that reveals ancient Roman Emperor Elagabalus was transgender, and will subsequently refer to the ruler as she in its displays, according to the Telegraph. Which, by the way, that is a shithouse newspaper. So, but I mean, I assume they're not lying about this specifically, because the museum.
It would be weird if they just made up the story. Yeah, the museum would probably issue a demand for correction.
Yeah, like we don't even have any artifacts on display. This is a transport museum. What are you talking about? Anyway,
Stop it.
Museum will
Get some help.
now use a new set of pronouns to refer to Elagabalus based on classical texts where the emperor asked to be called lady. The decision follows long-standing academic interest in Elagabalus's gender identity. Oh, that's good. Interesting. If they actually wanted to be referred to that way,
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Keith Hoskins, executive member of the Enterprise and Arts at North Hertfordshire Council, says in a statement issued on August, North Herts Museum has one coin of Elagabalus, which we periodically put on display. Why periodically?
Because they have a lot of shit in the back room. They probably have to cycle through it because there's a
Yeah.
lot of Roman stuff.
Yeah, I imagine this one's going to be a bit more. But a lot more people are going to go to look at it, I think, now. I think you might put this one on permanent display for a bit. Which we periodically put on display, as it is one of the few LGBTQ plus items we have in our collection. The silver denarius coin was minted in Elagabalus's reign in 212 to 222 AD. We try to be sensitive to identifying pronouns for people in the past, as we are for people in the present. It is only polite and respectful. We know that Elagabalus identified as a woman and was explicit about which pronouns to use, which shows that pronouns are not a new thing. Well, A, that didn't need to be proven. We already knew that. It's an integral part of language. And secondly, I did not know that they referred to themselves that way and were very explicitly so.
She did, yeah.
Well, I say that. Well, okay, they just as a generic thing, but yeah, she.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they continue because they talk about how... Okay, keep going.
Yeah. He adds, in the past, inaccurate translations had referred to Elagabalus as they. Oh, but they can't be a singular pronoun. It's never happened before, except 2,000 fucking years ago. Yeah. Or 1,800 years, whatever. However, we now know that this was a result of the classical Greek language, Greeks, making no distinction between gender when referring to people in the third person. Well, that's even weirder. So you'd never say she or he about Oh, that's very odd.
I don't know.
Ancient Greek is weird. Stop being weird, Ancient Greek. Making many translations inaccurate. It is now known through evidence such as Dio's text, Cassius Dio, a contemporary of Elagabalus, that Elagabalus most definitely preferred the she pronoun, and as such this is definitely something we reflect when discussing her in contemporary times, as we believe is standard practice elsewhere. Oh, that's dope.
I know, it keeps being dope. Keep going.
Okay. Well, hang on. Well, if we're going to read loads, you fucking read some. Jesus.
All right, can you make the text bigger? Because it's like 4-point font on my screen right now.
Your dad is 4-point font.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. A statement dating from November 2021, posted on the museum website, said, if we look back in history, there are people whose identities we might now describe as transgender. The Roman Emperor Elagabalus was born a male, but by their teen years identified as a woman and tried unsuccessfully to find a doctor who could carry out sex reassignment surgery. Elagabalus is considered one of the most controversial Roman emperors. Bullis was also known to have married a man, the charioteer and former slave Heracles, and they loved being referred to as Heracles' wife or mistress. The emperor is also reported to have frequently worn wigs and makeup, preferred to be called domina, lady, over dominus, lord, and even offered vast sums of money to any physician who could give them a vagina, an interview published in 2021 said. So, last month, new guidance on trans-inclusive practices in UK museums, galleries, archives, and heritage sites was published by the University of Leicester's Research Centre for Museums and Galleries. The guidance was welcomed by advocates for trans rights, but vilified by some commentators in the UK press, reflecting how the debate over trans rights continues to intensify.
Also, to those people who are annoyed by it, good. I'm glad you're annoyed by it. Eat my cock. Yes.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if people say this whole newfangled thing, just point them to this and say this is not new.
Yeah, it's not new. But I am interested by the idea that they wanted an emperor, say.
Yes.
Sadly, it was beyond beyond the technology of the time, but maybe.
Oh, I thought you said empressy, like as an emperor, but
oh no, emperor pussy. No. I was just doing a joke, play on the word. Yeah. I could have gone with pussius. That would also have probably worked just about in Latin, I think.
Yeah. So this is one of those kind of like the more you know.
Yeah. Sorry. My apologies.
Dying? You okay?
Just choked on some air. There you go. Yeah, no, that's a fascinating story. That's good to see.
Yeah, and I thought it would be great for the show. So.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, thank you, Scribby, for resubscribing with Prime, and thank you, Thinking Sabercat, with bits. We're on a hype train.
Choo choo.
So if you want, to help out, I will finger critics of gender-inclusive language. All of them. Fuck it. If we get to level whatever of the hype train, you get the idea. Fucking hell.
Throw money.
Exactly. Throw money at me like I'm a Premier League referee. Boom. Where was that? I can't even fucking.
Your daddy wants you to oink oink little pay pigs.
No, stop it! Stop being weird and gay. Jesus, be normal and gay, please. Oh, okay. So, Has of the Infrareds.
Oh no! Yes.
Went on to Tim Pool's show to talk with the random Australian guy who's like cultural Marxism.
Wait! What?
Yeah.
Has went on to Tim Pool's show?
Yeah, because they're scraping the barrel and then they're scraping through the barrel into some sort of, small excavation thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Tim Pool is clearly desperate for anybody who calls themselves left to be on his show.
Also, Has is the perfect leftist because A, he's not actually a leftist, and B, he's a mentalist who he can point to and go, look, the left are mad.
Also, isn't he going to actually agree with Tim Pool on this?
Quite a lot. Yeah.
So I don't think this is the on the left guest you think it is, Tim Pool.
It is not, but also it is quite funny and they get shouty, and that's good content. So I've only seen bits of this, so I have to say slightly pre-watched. What are you going to do?
Okay.
Sue me? No, you're not. It's not a crime. Shut up.
No, I think someone has to do a bit of quality control every once in a while. I mean, I read that whole article before I submitted it, so it's not like anything in that was a surprise to me.
You didn't read it all when we got fucking started. Jesus. Some people. Yes. What was I going to say? Yeah, you could bits, messages, subscriptions, etc., and we can get to the next level of the hype train.
Yes, Tiny Monkey Army.
And that was the reference in the thing. Yeah, I need a small dopamine boost of being able to get to different levels of the hype train. That's literally all it is. It's like you're giving me a tiny erection in my brain.
Do you like Gangnam Dance?
No. Shut up. Also, I found a way around our little problem.
What's your little problem is that? Watching My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
No, although I've still got to do that. Fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God,
yeah,
that's
you forgot, didn't you?
I'll be honest with you, I tried to blank it out for psychological reasons.
I was just thinking, yesterday, I was like, Kevin still hasn't invited me to watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Or
I bet he
maybe,
forgot about it.
or maybe I have, and this is actually a very good bit of acting that I'm doing right now. By
We got the
pretending I
Christmas
forgot.
holiday. The Christmas holiday, like the 26th, 27th, 28th. That would be a good time to do it, actually.
Yeah, I'll be drunk. Absolutely.
Hot
You could
tube
be
stream.
drunk anyway.
Thank you,
You're
Boy
not
Bacon
gonna
Man with bits. Much love.
Aw, thanks. Hot tub stream. Hot tub stream.
No,
Hot
I'm
tub
not doing
stream.
a hot tub stream either. Anyway, no, the bingo thing.
I think we need a bingo. Call Kevin Daddy, mention the hot tub, ask about the Gangnam Dance. We've already got like a third of the bingo card ready to go.
This is just abuse. This is just psychological torture. Anyway, Has is the important one here.
Okay, I'm too entertained by our conversation. Go ahead.
I was correct about my
Ruin it.
statement on bourgeoisie. I just
What do you mean?
fact checked myself. It refers to the business owners in the middle class, somewhere between the lowest and highest income.
It's a technical
reference
term
to
in-
urban charters and the merchant class.
Right, but in Marxism, bourgeoisie refers to a specific relation of production. Sociologically, it may vaguely refer to all these other things, middle class. But from the Marxist standpoint, the bourgeoisie is those who, the capitalists who own the means of production through private property.
Right. But my point is, it does not mean the ultra-wealthy oligarchic elites. It means the guy who owns the mom-and-pop pizza shop.
No.
Yes.
No, that would be petty bourgeois. Honest to God,
Yeah.
it's not
I
actually
am far
that
too old
difficult.
to call Kevin Daddy.
But Tim Pool understands these things already.
He's
Kevin.
the understander of the things, yes. Clearly so. Thank you, Avid Historian. I'm far too old to call Kevin Daddy. Well, I mean, I honestly, I don't understand the what's sexually appealing about calling people daddy anyway. It honestly creeps me the fuck out. I don't want to think about familial relations during that moment, thank you.
That's why you think about big butch gay men.
Exactly. Why not? When is Kev going to the compound? I will never go to the compound. Look, I'd go on Tim Pool's show to call him a cunt, but I'm not going to the compound, okay? Because it's gonna end up with...
Yeah, you'd be like, was it Emma? Is that her name?
Yeah.
And he was really super offended she didn't stay overnight.
Yeah, exactly. Look, honestly, I'm gonna end up underneath the fucking thing, aren't I? I'm gonna be in a fucking hole with him going, you put the lotion on your skin, Kev, or you get the hose. That's what's gonna fucking happen.
No, you know he's got babysitter cams up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe I like people watching me take a shit. I'm just saying, I'd like the option.
Yes, always turn the lights off and shut the door when you go to take a shit, so just in case Tim Pool is trying to video you.
Well, yeah, but I presume he's got night vision on all of the cameras, just in case. That's what I'm thinking. What is this?
Probably.
You have the weirdest edits, thinking Sabercar. I don't even know if I can show this. Is that too much tit? Possibly. I don't know if I can show that, but thank you.
Can you put
Yes, it
Kevin's
does.
face over the boobs?
Also, don't do that. Honestly, I've been looking back because I've been doing this on the YouTube, and so you have to put up like an image, otherwise it just says powered by Restream on the waiting screen, which is rubbish.
Okay.
So you have to put up a little thing, and so I've got loads of fucking pictures that people have edited of me as a frog or me as a fucking troll doll or whatever, you know. And one of them, I don't even know who made this and why, or what it really refers to, but it's a picture of Donald Trump as a very muscular male figure, but with massive, like lady boobs, not man boobs. They're like proper,
not pecs.
Yeah,
not pecs.
But instead of having nipples, they're his own face again, and he's got a baby Mike Pence that's about to begin suckling.
Oh, wow.
Why is that a thing that's on my computer? And how would I explain that if this computer gets searched by the authorities? I mean, technically they're both adults, so I think I'll probably get away with it, but it's fucking weird.
Not as didn't somebody put like Joe Rogan's face on Joe Rogan's nipples? Or
And
something?
well, yeah, they replaced Joe Rogan's nipples with his face, and then replaced his face with the nipple. It was one of the most challenging masturbation sessions I've ever had.
Yeah,
I
y'all
got
really
there.
need to
I
like.
got there. Yeah.
Y'all really need to like stamp your artwork, in the corner, like, because you should get credit. When
Exactly,
Kevin
a
puts
watermark. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Literally originated in France, relating to urban charters for people who owned businesses.
The bourgeoisie started out small, yes, but what it has concretely evolved into is what Lenin would describe a imperialist bourgeoisie or monopoly bourgeoisie. And Lenin actually doesn't identify. He makes a distinction. He says there is a petty bourgeoisie, which can be an ally of the proletarian movement, and actually should be an ally of them because they have an interest in overthrowing.
Well, see, but this is
the ruling bourgeoisie.
I'm going to tell you the issue I take.
Yeah.
The issue I take is I use a general academic term for a certain class. You deny the definition, and then when I say here's
No,
at least
pause it. No, you don't. Because if you did use the academic term, you would have referred to the petit bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Because those are the small business keepers as opposed to the large owners of capital who, like Elon Musk, own factories around the world and try to strike break.
Yeah. There's a difference between someone who puts some of their labour into their endeavours, mum and pop shops,
businesses,
right?
yeah.
They actually do some of the work, and people who just own factories.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't
And
see
just
that
collect
difference
profit.
and how that relates to the modes of production, Tim, then
And here's the
you
thing.
really oughtn't be speaking about this
No.
because it's pretty simple.
And the stupidest thing, well, there's a lot of dumb things about this, but one of the dumbest things is that Tim is letting language get in the way of realizing that he is on the same side as Has on this, because he too complains about global corporatists
Yes.
and the power of these mega corporations,
Yeah.
unless they're doing something they like Elon Musk. But this is it. Like, they are actually on the same side of these corporations having way too much power over too many things.
Yes.
Tim's just arguing over semantics. And then also he's trying to like mansplain a concept that's very like petite bourgeoisie that exists in communism as if it or Marxist critique, Marxism, as if it wasn't like it doesn't exist and he knows better. It's just amazing.
Well, hello there,
Alan Kruger here.
executive decision in YouTube. I'm not ignoring you. I've got a guest, so like I'm mainly going to talk to the guest rather than to listen to people in chat. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
And everybody gets to see all the chat, so or come on over to Twitch.
Exactly. I've got
Or some Twitch people could go over to YouTube.
It's a widget, apparently, where you've got the two things together. Apparently, it's called a widget. I thought that was the plastic thing you get in beer cans.
Are they kind of there? Do we need to send some friends over to YouTube to fill the chat with executive privilege or whoever?
Can you not try and encourage people to go from the platform that does pay me to the one that doesn't?
Well, just to go say hi and then come back. Then they can watch another ad.
Well, open both. Have one open on the YouTube and one on Twitch, okay?
Yeah, someone go interact with our YouTube chat because they're not. It's still growing.
It's still growing, much like. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm better than this.
No, you're not.
You said, okay, well, Marx says something different about it. So, look, are we talking about the same thing, or
So I want to just be clear about what I think. I don't think people who own ma and pa shops are part of the same class as the oligarchical elite.
This is the issue I take with modern leftism, and even what's happening now is racism means something different. Bourgeoisie means something different. It means whatever we need it to.
Tim, there was always a bourgeoisie. It's a French term, just like bourgeoisie.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I hate to agree with Has here, but
Yeah,
this
I know,
is an
right?
understanding of these terms that has existed for 150 years at least.
Yes.
This isn't the problem I have with leftism today. Shut the fuck up, Tim. The problem you have with leftism today is that you can't get laid. That's your issue. You're so racist, no one will fuck you.
No, his problem with leftism today is that he can't put us all into camps.
That is also true.
Seriously, he is trying to explain a Marxist concept that he's never read Marx to understand to a person who, for all of his many flaws, has actually a working knowledge of Marxist theory.
But Krista, you say he hasn't studied Marx. You just saw him do a 10-second Google search of one word.
Yeah, was it the Wikipedia? Oh, it was a dictionary definition even.
So,
it wasn't even like an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Some people would say you need to read at least some of Marx's writings to understand Marx. No, you just need to go to dictionary.com and look at one word. Can't say fairer than that, can we, Tim?
Yeah.
to mean for our political ends.
It means what the book says if you read.
No,
the
it doesn't mean
books.
what the book says. It means
Okay.
a word represents an idea that we can use to communicate.
If you want to pull
certain
up
issues.
the great
So if-
Soviet encyclopedia
so-
on the petty bourgeoisie,
Right,
it'll-
so if-
even,
The Great Soviet. What the fuck is that? Hang on, I need
Alright.
to look at this up.
Yeah, I also am very skeptical of the idea that who did he say? Was it Lenin
Lenin, yeah.
invented the term petty bourgeoisie?
No, I don't think he said they invented it. I think he was saying that they.
Well, he was sort of attributing it to him.
Well, you know, I think he was just saying that, like, he was giving Lenin's definition or whatever, but I don't think he was saying that he invented the term. What is it? The Great Soviet Encyclopedia is one of the largest Russian language encyclopedias, published in the Soviet state from 1926 to 1990, and again in 2002 by Russia under the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and here's my point. Why are you asking him to go to some fucking Soviet or Russian, whatever it was, encyclopedia, when like the petty bourgeoisie is little defined in Marx's own work, with only the word smaller capitalist used in the Communist Manifesto. But it was like originally from Marx. Let me see. German economy. Yeah. Marx and other Marxist theories use the term petty bourgeoisie to academically identify the socio-economic strain of the bourgeoisie that consists of small shopkeepers and self-employed artisans.
Yeah. Which was a much bigger part of the economy back in the day before mass factories were that actually dominant.
So I'm pissed that he's not actually quoting Marx. That's what he keeps going. Oh, Lenin, as in Lenin invented.
Because he's a tanker. He's not actually a Marxist. He's a Leninist.
Yes. So it's just like, if you want to fact own Tim Pool, just point out Marx used
Lord
the term.
Frites
So it's not a
donated
new
$5.
definition.
Bourgeoisie
It's
stems from
the guy who
for
actually came up with the
itself
theory.
from the German Berg, meaning mountain or hill, and in this context, fortified city, like Strasbourg or Brandenburg. The bourgeois were a class of free men, artisans, and liberal.
What's going on?
Oh, sorry, we had a voice thingy-majig. Thank you, Lord Fritus, with that. We were onto that. Apparently, it's linked, in terms of its etymology, to Berg, as in like a German word for a town, like Hamburg or whatever. Or Salzburg, the one you bombed, if you remember. Apparently there's some connection to that as well. I don't know. Anyway, the point being, bourgeoisie is different to petty bourgeoisie.
Even
if
Wikipedia
I say a
will
word
show
and then
you.
you say, my book says this word means something different, this is the obfuscation of words for the purpose of winning a political debate.
Hold on, let's just clarify what we mean. I don't mean...
That's why I asked, does the bourgeoisie represent? And you said, no, it doesn't. But what you're doing is you're taking a different, altered definition of a word to change what our argument actually
is. But the bourgeoisie does not mean this for Marxists. It has never just meant that for Marxists. And it also doesn't just mean this for the purposes of what I'm trying to say.
And this is what the modern left does in the United States with racism and class.
Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? You're so brain rotted by the culture war. You can't just have a normal conversation.
Just like I said, if he would have even had, like, look it up on the Wikipedia, you'll see it was from Karl Marx. I mean, but Tim Pool, of course, doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And so he's just...
Is Karl Marx related to cultural Marx?
They're cousins, aren't they?
Are they? I think, yeah, maybe.
But, like, distantly.
Well, indeed.
But they say our word means something different. You misunderstood us.
Hold on. You're trying to say that because I reject the view that the bourgeoisie concretely that we're talking about is the ma and pa shop.
I'm saying
this means I'm obfuscating words.
When I said
call it whatever you want.
You could have said that actually is the traditional academic view of bourgeoisie. In Marxism, however, instead you said, no, you're wrong.
Okay, so you're upset that words can mean different things in different contexts.
No, I'm upset that the left typically changes the definition of words to suit their political ends.
I think anyone who just uses words in different contexts, which everyone, regardless of their political alignment, does, I just think this is just an unfair kind of characterization of what I'm trying to say.
Look, the typical thing is racism here. To most Americans, racism means unwarranted prejudice against somebody because of their color or ethnic background. Racism to a Marxist means the power structure, about the power structure. So it means that...
Brilliant definition. You really laid that one out there. It's power structure. It's about power structure. And do you want to go in any deeper on that, or are you just going to say the words power structure and expect anyone to understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Or how about, like, with a lot of things like macroeconomics and microeconomics, things can exist on more than one level.
Yeah, like lifts.
Yeah, so you can have individual level racism, and you can have structural racism.
You can. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you. How did you do Thanksgiving?
No, I mean,
okay.
I had to work, and I didn't want to like make a whole bunch of food for just myself. So,
well, I mean, just I was just going to say.
No.
Did you not give thanks, Krista?
No, I did. Although I did use my, I had to sit through like a 90-minute IT security like Zoom call.
Oh god.
And so during that time, I did manage to do all of my mise en place and get everything ready and cook up a gorgeous coconut milk curry with potato and cauliflower.
Fair enough.
So that was my Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, I came up with what I think is a better thing, right? Fuck Thanksgiving. We need to start a new holiday called Headsgiving.
All right. Tell me more.
Well, it's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. In Thanksgiving, you give thanks. On Headsgiving, you give...
Yes.
Head.
Oh, okay. And now, do people like give like Headsgiving cards? Like, I'm up for a bit of Headsgiving? Like, how do you negotiate these things?
You're thinking really too much into this, Krista. It's really not that complicated. It's mainly about genitals going into mouths. That's it. It's not that complicated. Again, it's like petty bourgeoisie, except not really at all.
Right. That reminds me.
I thought you'd be more enthusiastic, if I'm honest, Krista. You're usually horny as fuck, and for some reason you're just not buying this one. I don't know what's up with you. Did your dick fall off? Is that what happened here? What?
Hit play.
Outrageous.
A certain segment of society, usually racially based, oppresses another segment of society.
Okay.
So you can get a black football player on $40 million a year who is oppressed and is suffering racism by some white guy on food stamps. Racism...
Can you pause it?
Hang on. Hang on. Can I just say, under his definition, that could still happen. If the white guy who's poor calls the black rich guy the N-word, that is racial prejudice based on someone's colour or ethnic background, which was the definition you gave, you dopey cunt. What? How is that different? Oh, sorry, you were saying. Go on.
Yeah. So here's the thing: that guy who's getting paid millions of dollars can still get pulled over by a cop and shot. Or is walking down the street and just happens to meet to match a description of someone they're looking for, so they're pulled over and searched.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, Thabo Cephalosho, a rich basketball player, was dragged through the courts for violent assault, even though he was the one that was attacked. But he was attacked by a white guy. It was only because he was rich enough to not have to take the plea deal and had a good lawyer that he got away with it. But that's it. He was still hounded like fuck for years, and his career was ruined because the police wanted to fuck with a black guy.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Just having money doesn't protect you from systemic racism or from individual level racism. Yeah. You know, how many times in your life, Kevin, have you been pulled over by the cops and searched because you matched the description of somebody that they were looking for?
Literally never.
Yeah.
Never happened.
You know, I'm sure if you did a survey of black Americans, black British people, you're going to get a much higher percentage of those people who say, yes, that's happened to me.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, just out of interest, anyone following the Christian Kev's Happy Hour group, I have now had to put post-approval on there because we were getting porn spam botted.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah, I saw something about that, but...
It was one or two. I can just go, get rid of, ban and get rid of the thing, but it was like every day. So it's post-approval now, apologies.
Oh, Kevin, I'm so excited. Now, I'm really sad that I have to share this on Twitter, but that's where the link from the news article is.
Okay.
But it has to do with your Headsgiving, and it's why I was a bit distracted when you were trying to make your Headsgiving joke, because it made me think of this, and I wanted to find it immediately. So...
Okay. Also, Headsgiving is not a joke, and I'm not sure I can show that on screen, but thank you.
For me? They're just wrestling.
Are they just wrestling, Christy?
That's sword fighting, Kevin. They're clearly sword fighting.
No, no, he's clearly sucking his dick. Like, you can't see it, but that's clearly what's happening there. I can't. There's no fucking way that's TOS. No, not at all. No. Also,
Look,
he is caked. Look at the guy on the left. He's packing. He's got back.
Okay, explain to the viewers what you won't show them on the screen.
Okay, it's clearly some sort of sword fight that's gone terribly wrong. I don't know what the
one guy's got not got a shirt on.
I don't know what the clothes rationing in this town is.
Describe
the guy on the right who still has the sword in his hand has a shirt and socks, but no trousers or pants. Right. The guy on the left has pants, but neither shirt or actually he's got one sock. I don't know what the fuck what is going on here. Anyway, he's dropped his sword and is now not only sucking his dick, but clearly giving him some kind of reach around at the same time. There's no way I can show that. It's from the 16th century. It's some sort of like Bayeux tapestry type bullshit. It's fucked up.
I put the link in the chat.
Well, thank you. Anyway, there's no way I can show that. Everyone in chat, if you look at that, there's no fucking way. Not a chance I can show that.
It's just wearing a pink. He's wearing pink trousers or hose.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. He's wearing pink trousers. Yeah, and
the other guy has a pink shirt on.
Yeah, and I'm just playing with a pink snake. That's all that's happening there. It's fine.
Means something totally different to a Marxist than it does to most of us. Democracy means something totally different. And as to your point about infiltration, I'm going to do some promotion here because I write books about Marxists in government.
Security risk senators.
Doesn't look self-published.
No. Let me have a guess as to who might be in this book. I wonder. The brown ones?
Yeah,
it's going to be all of the brown members of Congress. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Government. I say in these books, Security Risk Senators, I profile 30 currently serving U.S. senators who are involved with Communist Party USA, Democratic Socialists of America, Iran, China, Cuba, and North Korea.
Iran, that famous communist country, Iran. Okay.
Yes.
Also, involved with, what does that mean exactly? Has had diplomatic talks with? Because that would involve also every president of the US ever. So,
look, for some people, like the Red Scare never died. For some people, McCarthy's Committee on Un-American Activities should still be open.
The worst thing to come out of Wisconsin since, we won't go into it, but
yeah. Yeah, blacklisting people based on their associations, should still, like, they would be the ultimate cancel culture. They would totally bring back the Committee on Un-American Activities and then define American activities, those things that far-right white men approve of.
Which is what they did the first time.
Precisely. That's why they like it so much.
Yep.
Yeah, Patty Murray out of Washington State,
and
deeply involved with the Communist Party USA for decades.
And how powerful is this person, you're saying?
Well, she's one of the third-ranked Democrat in the Senate.
And you're saying that she is currently in the Communist Party USA?
No, I didn't. I said she has worked with the Communist Party USA for decades.
Okay. On what?
I just feel like Haas is like, I've never heard of her. How could she possibly be part of
Yeah.
Because he clearly has no idea who she is.
No.
So.
Yeah.
Policy in Washington State. She has funded their organizations. She's steered state funding to their organizations.
And what does that mean? Put any amount of fucking detail into this. She has funneled money to communists. I think we'd have heard about this. I think if a senator, a United States senator from Washington, had been funneling money to the Communist Party, I think that definitely, considering they'll have a go at Democrats if they sneeze weird or have fucking French mustard on their hot dog or something, like, I think we'd have definitely heard about this.
I have a feeling that what he means by funnel money is she donated some, like, art she got in a garage sale for a silent auction for their group.
I might, if anyone can get me a free copy, legal, obviously, totally 100% legal, copy, but for free, of this person's book, then please send it to me, but it has to be definitely legal 100%, okay?
I just like
in
I'm pretty
Minecraft.
much Haz is mad that like he's named. Oh, he's just basically he thinks he should know this woman if she's active in like communist circles.
Well, presumably he probably would if she were communist, but she isn't, so he
yes,
doesn't.
exactly.
Like, you know.
You're like, oh yeah, I know her. He's not saying that. He's like, who is she? What has she done?
Yeah.
Funded them to create a working class popular movement, or funded them to
create
do what?
to get money to take over institutions.
Like which?
Who is it? What was her name again?
Oh, if he's gonna say, I don't even know. Someone out of I don't know.
No,
honestly, I've never heard of her. Washington,
US.
yeah, senator. Well, there's only two, so.
Well, yeah.
You've got a 50-50 shot.
Patty Murray was the one, wasn't it? Okay, Patty Murray. Let's have a look. I'm just going to go Wikipedia because fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a fine starting point. You can always follow up on their resources, their links.
Yeah, she is the senior U.S. senator from Washington since 1993. Oh, she's been around a while.
Yeah.
Seems quite young. Actually, no, she's not. She's 73. Okay, she looks good for 73.
Oh, I recognize her face now. I just didn't know her name. Okay.
She was president pro tem for a while, third in line to succession for the U.S. presidency.
Oh, okay.
And a communist, apparently.
Presumably after the House Speaker?
Yeah. Okay. She received an arts degree in physical education from Washington State University in 1972.
Communist.
So definitely communist. U.S. State Senate elections.
Who cares about her early life and career? Just go right to the Senate stuff.
Is there anything about communism? Was one of 21 senators to vote against the authorization of invading Iraq. Clearly a communist.
Okay.
Clearly a communist.
Yes.
Minimum wage. She supports the minimum wage increase.
Oh, definitely communist.
Definitely communist. Voted for the Defence of Marriage Act. Definitely a communist. Other positions. Comprehensive immigration reform. Communist.
So I had this idea, which will never come to pass because it's a little beyond my capacity as an individual. But you know how you get the federal minimum wage is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely freaking ridiculous in terms of being $7.25 an hour or $7.35. And I feel like that you do get people who are unsympathetic or who talk about how mom and pop shops need to pay this or they'd go under whatever else. I was thinking that in those kind of communities that are hostile to, and not rich people, like working class people who are voting against their own interest type, is if you figure out like what you earn 40 hours a week on a minimum wage job and what that costs, and then in that particular state, someone who makes that little money, what they'll qualify for in terms of food stamps and Medicaid and all the other social benefits that go to try to keep them from abject poverty, and that cost.
Right.
And just tell it, you know what? The fact is, people paying poor wages is more expensive for you. If people made better money, they wouldn't need to go on food stamps. If people made more money, they wouldn't need Medicaid. They'd be, be able to afford their own health care. So you saying that these jobs are important, they're jobs that you're costing you money.
Right.
Maybe some shops should just go under and we should pay people better.
So apparently there was a group called the Coalition of Labour Union Women.
All right.
Which she spoke at. We're going to see trim that shrub, vowed Carpenter and Communist Party USA supporter Pat Stall. Okay, but that's a different person.
Yeah.
So she spoke at the same conference as a person who was a communist. Okay, I mean, I really don't give a fuck.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. LW role in the 2004 elections is to make women's vote decisive, said Johnson, blah, blah, blah. Healthcare is a major focus of delegates. Senator Pat Murray, D. Washington, declared that in her state, we don't just encourage and empower women, we elect them, blah, blah, blah. So she's basically just being pro-women at an event where another person who spoke there is a communist.
Communist.
Meeting with Lonnie Nelson.
Oh, wait, this guy is at a meeting with a communist.
He is, which means he's a communist. That is how it works.
by the transitive principle of his own logic.
Exactly. Communist Party support in 1998, according to Communist Party of Washington State, BJ. Oh my God, BJ Mangoang. That's an amazing name. Brilliant. The party weighed in to re-elect Democratic Senator Pat Murray and to unseat 3 ultra-right GOP House members. Wow, so the Communist Party didn't want fascists in.
Yeah, that's so unlike them.
Whoa, crazy talk. Communist Party member Lonnie Nelson
always done.
has worked in packing, sorting vegetables, blah, blah, blah. Now says, I am really appreciative of the union that contributes to the Puget Sound Labour Agency's food bank, Nelson said, but added, blah, 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 food bank, something, something. Patty Murray and Seattle City Council person Tim Burgess and several other clients. So hang on. So, Jesus Christ, she met with a person who was a Communist Party member who praised a food bank thing that she worked with.
And then Communist Party members voted for her and tried to get votes for her because they didn't want Republicans in. Washington State Alliance for Retired Americans. I don't even know what that's got to do with communism. It literally doesn't even mention it. Okay. Social Security birthday. The 75th anniversary of Social Security, U.S. Senator Pat Murray and U.S. Representative Jim McDermott and others had neighborhood associations, Greenwood Senior Center in Seattle. Again, I don't know where communism comes into that at all. It's not mentioned. Grant to a communist-led board. Okay, this might be interesting. Rosalind's old City Hall building was affected in 2001 Nisqually earthquake, revealing major structural issues in the old building. A committee appointed by the city began working on finding ways to address needed changes. Fundraising began. A major grant made possible by Senator Pat Murray sealed the deal in the first phase of improvements. Mark Brodeen, chairman of the Library Board of Directors and Washington State Communist Party USA, said in the community, we're looking forward to the day when the project can start. So, Wait, she helped get a building fixed, and the guy who was running the group also just happened to be a communist?
Yeah, so it wasn't money to a communist, it was money to rebuild a fucking library in...
Communist.
Where the fuck is it? It's somewhere in Washington, the state for which she is a senator. Rosalind Old City. Wherever the fuck that is, in Washington. So literally, she got funding for a fucking library to be rebuilt. That's not using state money funding communists. It's a fucking library. This is pathetic. Even by the standard of these fucking gobshite, dirt-raking bastards, that's the worst they can do.
You should get that book and then debunk it.
I have to. Please, someone get me this book. Again, legally and free. Definitely legally, honest. Because I have to. Like, literally, she, as state senator, she got a library rebuilt after an earthquake.
Oh my god, what a communist thing to do.
That's like Mao. Definitely. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Oh, I need to just breathe. That is fucking mental. Who is this guy? Right, so someone look it up. People who know where to find these things. I don't fucking know. What's his name again? Loudon? Something Loudon? Was it? Hang on a minute.
It's the intense debate unfolds over who...
Trevor Loudon.
Okay.
So if someone can find Trevor Loudon's amazing book about senators that are communists, that are definitely communists who build libraries.
Can you just scroll down to the comments and just write, look up Petit Bourgeois on
Oh no, I'm not giving him a
Marx.
No. I'm not giving him the algorithmic boost of a comment. It's not happening.
God, literally, just look it up on Wikipedia, Tim. I can't get over the fact that he thinks petit bourgeoisie is a newfangled leftist term.
The leftoids.
God, he's a horse's ass.
Did someone ask for a book? I did ask for a book. I want Trevor Loudon's book. What was it called again? He held it up a second ago. Security Risk Senators.
It's totally self-published book.
Yeah. 15 subversive... He said 30, but apparently it's 15 on the cover. 15 subversive lawmakers exposed. From abortion... What? From part 1, abortion to Massachusetts. What the fuck is that title? Abortion to Massachusetts.
Are you sure it's not Alaska? Well, how I can't see where you're seeing that.
Oh, snow. Oh, sorry. I thought it said a bush. It's Arizona.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like from A to M, basically. And
But what about California? If it's only going Arizona, you're missing out. Also,
no, Arizona to A to M, Maryland, and then the next one's probably Nebraska to Wyoming.
Oh, it doesn't say fucking. It says part 1. It doesn't say he's doing it alphabetically. But also, that would still A to M would still involve C. California.
Yes. Okay.
So, regardless of whether we're doing it from, as in geographically, or alphabetically, he would still have to allow for California, which he wouldn't.
Okay.
Go to bed.
Yeah, you.
I forget where we were. It doesn't matter. They're all talking shit.
To get money to take over institutions.
Like which institutions do the communists control?
In Washington State.
Right, which ones?
They control most of the labor unions in Washington State.
Which labor union in Washington State is controlled by the Communist Party?
Well, I'm actually enjoying this.
SEIU.
So you're changing the definition of words instead.
Yeah, but the communist. So there probably are some communists in trade unions. Yeah, that is a thing that communists do. But there are loads of people, like the Republicans, who are in trade unions. That's the thing that happens.
Yep.
There are loads. There are conservative trade union members. There are liberal ones. There are all sorts. That doesn't mean they communist control. In the same way that if you have a fucking GOP member in a trade union, it's not GOP controlled.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. You finish.
I can't get over the idea that he said strictly she used state money to funnel it to communists, and it was building a fucking library that had been damaged by an earthquake.
You're still on that one?
I'm still on that. I can't believe. Even like I say, I'm a person who deals with right-wing shittery, especially in the wake of current events in the Middle East, where they just lie about shit and they make up any old bollocks, right? And even by the standards of that kind of shit, that's an appallingly paper-thin lie.
Okay. Can I make my point now? What I can't get over?
You can.
I can't get over the fact that Haas managed to just breadcrumb this guy right into you're using words in a different way.
Yeah.
The guy didn't catch any of where this was going. And by the time he's like, yeah, people in trade unions in America today are communists. Well, now you're changing the definition of communism.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't agree with Haas on anything, but that was a good little bait. That was bait.
Mouselander says, I found Barack Obama and the enemies within. Is that it? That's not the one, but if that's by him, I will take that shit as well. Because that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's definitely security risk senators.
Did you know Barack Obama's probably a communist too?
Of course. Everyone on the left is a communist.
It's got Hussein in the name. What more communism do you need?
Exactly. He was born a communist.
Exactly. In Kenya. So, remember that. That was mad. And it wouldn't have made any difference, because he would still, even if he was born in Kenya, his mum was American, so he was natural born. Get over yourselves.
Yeah, but, black man, Kevin, even if he is biracial, he's not white enough.
Exactly.
Instead of the Communist Party, it's the communist movement. What does communist refer to concretely?
Let me finish. I said she is deeply involved with the Communist Party.
How?
I think he might not be Australian. I think he might be a Kiwi. And you know why?
Well, why? What did he say?
Seed.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of said. He's seed.
That's like the way they did Brittany instead of Brittany. Brittany?
Yeah. Oh, the hang on. The perfect example of that. Hang on. Flight of the Conchords.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Brit? Like Brittany?
Hang on. This is probably going to get me copyrighted, but I don't give a fuck. It's a funny bit.
Bikes up, and then the gang just surrounded us, and suddenly, they were everywhere. We were around here somewhere.
Well, how many were there?
There was 2 of them.
2? That's not a gang.
It's a 2-man gang.
2-man gang. Can you have that, David?
Well, that's a pretty small gang. I mean, technically the smallest gang possible.
Yeah.
Put that gun down.
It's a paint pellet gun.
What happened after that?
Well, then we ran down here. They chased us, and Jermaine got caught on the fence.
What did Jermaine do then?
Well, he was stuck on it, and then just going, Brett, help me, I'm stuck on the fence.
Well, what happened after that?
I ran away.
You just left him there to fight them himself?
Well, I left him on the... He was on the fence.
Brett, well,
I was very scared. We were being mugged.
for a start, you could have told me this 2 days ago when it happened.
Well, I just thought he would have come home by now.
I mean, who knows what could have happened to him? He could be in hospital. A lot of New Zealanders come over here and they come into my office. I give them the vest, a map, and I tell them to stay clear of crowds by going through back alleys. Every day a New Zealander is mugged. You just don't know. You hear a lot of terrible things happening. He may be dead.
Maybe did what?
He may be dead.
Yeah, I know, but what did he maybe did?
He may be dead.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. What did he maybe do?
No, he may be dead.
Are you guys fucking with me?
Not alive. You know. Dead.
Oh.
So yeah. So the fact that he said "seed" instead of "said,"
yeah,
it clued me into the fact that he's that maybe he did and maybe he didn't. I don't know.
But also because
define deeply.
They worked in her campaigns. She funneled money to
How is that
causes.
deeply? That's what do you mean? What do you mean by work? Did someone pass out leaflets in the Communist Party? The Communist Party is irrelevant.
Bro, your counter to my criticism of you changing a definition.
I'm just applying your criticism.
No, you're
to
literally
you.
not. You're arguing semantics of the word work and deeply. When I asked you to define bourgeois.
He is to Kevin. He's doing the semantics he's complaining about.
He's so butter.
He's so dumb. You're so ignorant, Tim. You think you're so smart because you won't let anybody smart get through to you.
He is smart. I know what you're talking about, Chris, though.
SMRT.
He is.
I am so smart. I am so smart.
I was thinking about The Simpsons today. Because there's something about the US Egg Board doing something corrupt. And I just remember that one episode where he's like, "Damn you, egg!" And it's a man, like an egg person running away. Anyway, I didn't explain that at all well. But I don't. I also don't care. Eat my dick.
And you gave me a Marxist alternate definition of it.
Tim, to be clear, okay,
this is a very specific word.
I'm a good
and work.
Okay. I'm a good Maoist. I will do the struggle session and the self-criticism myself. I repent for refusing to draw equivalence between the meaning of the bourgeoisie as it applies to France in the 1600s and the
general
bourgeoisie
definition
today.
used by regular people to convey an idea, and you arguing that.
As if regular people use the word bourgeoisie.
Yeah. Also, people who talk about the petty bourgeoisie, just not people Tim knows because they aren't well read.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Definition was wrong for the sake of your ideology.
So by the bourgeois. Okay, let's talk about ordinary people. Technically speaking, bougie. The word bougie is used in like hip hop culture to refer to like the ultra rich. It's not used to refer to ma and pa shop. So actually, you're changing the definition to mean something scholastic
and say bougie.
Yeah,
bourgeoisie academically has a meaning that is what people are trying to convey an idea to make an argument.
Academically speaking, that's the technicality. If you want to be an academic, you have to consult the literature, and the literature states that the bourgeoisie, typically speaking, is referring to the hegemonic or big bourgeoisie. The petty bourgeoisie is a different classification. It's not synonymous. Now, you can say I'm changing the definition of words. Please, I implore you, read elementary Marxist literature.
Yeah,
even the
exactly.
Communist Manifesto, it's only 7,000 words. It's literally in there. It doesn't...
It's short enough that Jordan Peterson can read it, so...
Yes. Although it has, as Wikipedia did point out, it just talks about small capitalists, which literally would be the sort of English translation of petty bourgeoisie.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Because petty means small.
Small, yeah.
And bourgeois means capitalist.
Bourgeois, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah.
Finally, he went back to the source, which is Marx. Thank you, Haz. If you would have done that first, we wouldn't have had this entire argument.
Equate the capitalist class with the petty bourgeoisie.
The point I'm making is, you read a book from Marx and determined his interpretation of the word is now the universal interpretation.
So where did the...
Oh my God, no. He actually says small capitalists. Tim, you're losing. Just take the L.
No, Tim doesn't take L's. He takes 50 state landslide W's. Let's go.
Academic community get it from?
It's a French word.
Okay,
that
what
goes
did
back to the 17th century?
So you're saying
they got it from France? What an answer! Imagine the etymology of a word. France. Yep, it's from France.
but it has a particular meaning within an economic context.
No.
Because of Marx.
It means France. That's all it means. They got it from France. It means France.
If you would have told me that Tim Pool would lose to Has.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Ever.
Imagine getting
been
wrecked.
Very skeptical.
Imagine getting wrecked by Has. A man who I wouldn't trust to fucking cross the street or tie his own shoelaces.
The guy who thought there was only 2 holes.
The guy who... He's getting wrecked by 2 holes.
Yes!
By Johnny
Yes!
2 holes. Oh
by
my
Johnny 2 hole
God.
theory.
Oh,
Seriously.
God. Oh, mate.
Let that sink in.
There are only 2 holes. What?
There are only 2 holes.
God, that was funny.
Yeah, and this guy is wrecking Tim Pool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's being double teamed.
In both holes. Yes.
Yeah, both. And the only hole.
The only holes that
There's
exist.
only ever 2. There's
Yeah.
only ever 2 holes.
True.
The academic community in the contemporary context refers to the bourgeoisie as the 1700s French burger class.
Like
the
when
mercantile,
we're conveying a general idea and we seek to look up a definition to better understand it and we read a general view of it, it has a meaning.
Surely the only member of the burger class is Mayor McCheese. Fuck yes. That is a McDonald's mascot joke.
Yeah.
You're very
if you've
welcome.
seen the weird, whatever in Ives, Earl and Ives, the Burgermeister Meisterburger.
What the fuck are you saying?
There's this.
I
Chris
don't know what
Kringle-
words you're using there.
There's a Kris Kringle animated, like holiday.
Kris Kringle, isn't that just Santa Claus? What
Yes,
the fuck
it
are you
is. It's an origin story, Kevin. It's an
So
origin
Santa
story.
did a cartoon. Go on, yeah.
So they have it, and the bad guy who's trying to take all the toys away from the kids, that Kris Kringle is secretly bringing toys to in their like fascist regime, is the Burgermeister Meisterburger.
I don't know. I still don't know what the words are that you're saying.
The Burgermeister means like the mayor of the city.
Right, but what's Meister Burger?
That's his name,
What's
It's
it
just
like
the-
major?
basically,
Fucking dickhead.
or more like Colonel Major Colonel,
Yes.
if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I'm
I
about
don't
to
know
pop
military
out
shit.
a Major Colonel. Jesus.
Tim, just get back to Tim.
So what
getting
we
home.
often see in the United States from the left is, as Trevor pointed out with the word like racism, they
Yeah.
redefine the parameters based on their specific academic view outside the confines.
But
of
he's
general conversation.
he's redefining the word communist to mean anyone who has any tangential association
That's not what he
whatsoever.
said. He said she's worked with the Communist Party. He said how? She's funded the communist movement. That
No, she hasn't. She rebuilt a fuck. Well, she didn't do shit. She appropriated
Yeah.
public funds for the rebuilding of a public fucking library.
More like she got public funds appropriated. She didn't appropriate them, but she got them appropriated.
okay, technically, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the
fair
verb
point.
direction's important there.
Fair point. Okay, she legally acquired through the proper means the money,
Funding for-
money to rebuild a fucking library that was damaged after an earthquake. Which I'll be honest with you, is the appropriate way of doing senatorship, senatoring. Yeah.
Senatoring.
That's not
Yeah,
funding the
2000.
Communist Party. That's ridiculous.
No.
that is a one-to-one
But
correlation.
okay. What is a communist movement without the party? What is that
Well,
referred
it's
to?
Democratic Socialist America. It's liberation.
The
right? It's
Democrat-
The Democratic Socialists of America are a political party, you dopey cunt. They're also a different party to the Communist Party. What the fuck? You couldn't be more wrong. Honestly, you couldn't be more incorrect than you currently are. And you're saying that in Tim Pool's studio. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I generally think that like political ideologies are self-identified. Like you can't go to someone who's like, "Oh, I run as a Democrat, I win as a Democrat, I serve with the Democrats, and I vote with the Democrats. You're a communist." No, like it's a different party. If that's what if you're saying the party, it's not just sort of a collection of values, but the actual physical Communist Party. She's not a member of the Communist Party. She's not a communist.
She funds communist libraries.
Yes, public libraries.
Okay.
Otherwise known as.
Clearly,
AKA.
the foundations of that building were communist. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been damaged. If they were good American foundations, they would have survived. Okay.
Kevin.
Strong American foundations.
Kevin.
What?
Miss Hire has come through in the chat like you wouldn't believe. Go ahead and read it out.
About Trevor Loudon, he is a self-described student of the Zenith Applied Philosophy, which has a worldview which is a combination of Scientology, Eastern mysticism, and the anti-communist ideas of the American John Birch Society. Oh, please get me these books. Please. I'm begging you. Mouselander, who, by the way, everyone should go and follow, the awesome streamer. You mentioned something. Put it in the Discord somewhere, or fucking send it to me somewhere. I need these books. Honestly, it's too good. In 2006, he wrote on a blog that he had, quote, studied at ZAP, okay, from 1976 to 1982, 86 to 87, and 99 to current. I am enjoying my student studies immensely at the moment and plan to continue indefinitely.
So he's deep into a cult.
Yeah, so he's a weird cultoid.
Cultist. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely a cult.
Amazing. And he's a cunt. So there's that.
Do you know who founded the Democratic Socialists of America?
Harrington.
So why didn't he call it a communist party?
Because he wanted to infiltrate the Democratic Party.
So Michael Harrington was being insincere.
He wanted to infiltrate the Democratic Party by starting a different political party.
Yes.
Surely, surely that's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
Kevin, the four-dimensional chess. You're clearly not thinking ahead here.
Clearly,
right?
Yeah.
He's thinking about how like the liberals or whatever joined to become the liberal Democrats or what. Like I don't know. He's talking utter shit.
Yeah.
This guy's talking utter shit.
Like if you wanted to infiltrate, surely the point of infiltration is to do so without people realizing. Whereas if you say I am a member of this separate political party, people will go, well, you can't join our one then because you're a part of a different political party. What the fuck?
I don't know what the rest of this whole interview was like, but Haz is just fucking. He's in the wrestling match ring, and he's got the folding chair out, and there's two of them, and he is just smacking them back and forth and back and forth. And I don't like Haz, but this is entertaining.
Yeah. Thank you, Mouselander. Much love. Loudon became the public face of the campaign for a Soviet-free New Zealand. Was New Zealand high on risk of
New
Sovietizing?
Zealand? You were right. You were right. New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, clearly so. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what he said.
Yes.
Yeah. He's dead. He maybe did, maybe he didn't. Yeah.
So this grand plan to infiltrate a party by forming a different party and running in opposition to it in the primaries and shit.
Yeah, very, very effective, I'm sure.
That's a great infiltration plan.
Yeah. Like that's
infiltrate.
Like the whole point of infiltration is you're doing a kind of ninja move where you're not supposed to be seen. Whereas this is like wearing a fucking high-vis and walking past going, hello. You know, it's the opposite of that.
We're running against you.
Yeah. Mad shit.
This is
sincere when he talked about his denunciation of Marxism, Leninism, and communism.
Okay, Haz, you're winning this argument, but denunciation? What's that about, mate? Come on.
Is that what you're saying? 100%. What's your evidence for that? What's your evidence for the
100%. 100%. Sorry, Kiwis. I mean, you're probably asleep. Actually, no, you're probably awake by now. Yeah.
It's so much fun. Your accent is so much fun.
It's so, and you're a land of little orcs and shit as well. You got orcs.
That's a movie, Kevin.
It's not a movie. I've seen the documentary series on it. What are you talking about?
That was the behind the scenes making of.
No, exactly. It shows you the thing where all the little hobbit people live. Yeah, I've seen it. Don't try and gaslight me now, Christy. Okay. They've got look. I feel a great deal of sympathy. They've got a huge Smaug-based tax evasion problem. Clearly, if they could,
I like how you do the Smaug as well.
Smaug. Anyway, yeah. So if they can get hold of that, they'll be set, won't they? If they can get hold of Smaug's fucking. What am I talking about? Anyway,
mad lad.
Then he hooked up with the New American Movement, which came out of the Communist Party USA.
Which came out of it. So these are people who splintered out of it.
But they were still Marxist-Leninists. Right now, you've got Democratic Socialist... Because they explicitly state it. I've got huge documents.
Huge documents. The size of a fucking house. Massive documents.
Don't take up... You can't get them inside a picture if you were in a helicopter.
True. Massive documents saying I am a Marxist-Leninist by this guy who I've never heard of. Brilliant.
They stated it in the past, or they state it today?
Right now.
So the DSA is officially a Marxist-Leninist party.
It is a Marxist organization which
they're
has
absolutely not. The DSA is
oh god, so it gets even better. Naturally, he's a far-right piece of shit. In June 2019, he was scheduled as a speaker in a conference run by a group called Texans Against Communism, in partnership with Texans United for America, along with the leaders of the Proud Boys and Joey Gibson of Patriot Press. So he hangs out with domestic terrorists.
Okay, yeah, he is way far right. What's interesting? This is why this is a curiosity. This is like a weird thing for me. Is normally when people go on Tim Pool's show in these situations, he's accusing them of all kinds of things about communism, whatever else, and they're not communists. They're not deep into the communist circles or the infighting or the splinter groups and the Judean People's Fronts and whatever else, right? And so they can't really speak to that. So it looks like they're hiding something or they don't want to admit something to Tim's audience. But Haas actually does know these people. And so when they come with their generalized bullshit or their vague claims or their accusations, he's actually destroying them because he knows what's he knows better what the DSA has got going on. He might hate them and be all freaky, like in just his weird thought world about what he thinks is right. But he at least has a better idea of what the DSA is right now than either of these two do. And he's calling them on the, like he's just dragging them all over for filth.
Indeed.
My goodness.
Oh, of course. In 1987 New Zealand elections, he attacked the fourth Labour government and local Christchurch members, blah, 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 accusing them of Soviet subversion, something, calling for this New Zealand government to break all diplomatic and economic ties with the Soviet Union. Yeah, that's right. That would definitely work out well for a small country, cutting off the second most powerful economy on Earth at the time. Bravo. US politics, blah, blah, blah. Personal life. Oh, that's the... Oh, okay. I'm with you. Right. Yeah, he's a lunatic.
I hope Haz is taking a victory lap around. Well, he's not on Twitter anymore, is he?
No. Actually, no, I think he's back on there now, isn't he? Isn't everyone back on Twitter now?
All the stochastic terrorists are back, right?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's... this guy's amazing.
This is hilarious. I've never seen anything
rejects
like
Mark.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Marxism-Leninism
Absolutely.
as authoritarian.
Absolutely untrue.
The whole point of democratic
100%
socialism,
is to fool people into accepting communism.
Was to compromise with the liberal hegemony because they were
it was
saying
to take over the liberal. They explicitly stated they got.
This is really, oh my god, I can't bring these guys on every week.
Yeah,
I just want to see this
amazing.
fight. I want to see this fight every week.
But this just feels like watching idiots slap each other.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just fucking.
I don't think you can put on like the Three Stooges anymore because it's just such casual violence. But we can't have this.
Yeah. This is the intellectual equivalent of the Three Stooges.
It is. There are Three Stooges on the screen. They just keep slapping each other.
Absolutely belter content.
There to infiltrate the Democratic Party. Democratic Socialists of America gave us Obamacare. This is...
What
are you talking about?
The original Republic band came from the communists? What?
Yeah, wasn't this Romney care?
Yes. Basically.
So Mitt Romney's a communist?
Yeah. Well,
he's a Romneyist.
Like, yeah. They didn't do like nationalized healthcare. They didn't create an NHS. And they went for wrongly, tactically incorrectly, started with their like compromise position instead of their most radical position, and then the Republicans worked them over from there. And that was just a stupid
and
error.
the Blue Dog Democrats as well, unfortunately. But
yeah, well, they didn't help. But we still have. I mean, people do have healthcare now. More of them have healthcare, not enough, but way more than did before. And the laws
which
around
is communism. The more healthcare people have is communism, or something. Yeah.
Oh God, these idiots!
The central secret of came through.
What's
Quentin.
the evidence? What's the evidence?
I can talk. I've written whole books on this.
Okay.
And I need them in my fucking veins now.
Oh, you know what's coming up tonight, right?
What? What's coming up tonight?
The first installment of the MAGA Hat series. I put it on the wheel.
MAGA hat series. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, good. It's on the list.
Okay, I can get. Look, it came through Quentin Young, who was a Communist Party member, who then became a Democratic Socialist
became
American
a traitor
member, and was.
Has he's giving a running commentary? I love it.
Yes.
he's giving a running commentary on a conversation he is technically one half of. It's brilliant. It's like a meta-analysis on stupidity and bad faith.
Live.
Yeah, live. Amazing.
Obama's personal physician. And claims. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Finish. Okay, sorry.
Virtually open borders came through the communist movement. That is
right, but that's not a thing that exists, you stupid cunt. It isn't a thing,
also,
is it?
Where does he get this idea that Obama got the idea, the complicated multi-state compromise document that we ended up with was just delivered to him by his physician? No one else had any involvement in this process over decades of trying to get a healthcare program.
Yeah, true, Sean. C.S. Lewis wrote 7 books about Narnia. Must be true then. If you've written books about it, it must be true.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'll bring you back to my previous Hobbits in New Zealand situation. It was written in a book. Technically, it doesn't mention New Zealand in the book, but just a thought.
Is a Communist Party and Democratic Socialist America construct.
Those books written by Brummy as well. I'm just putting that out there. Fact.
Which has been used to destroy America. The push for the Iran nuclear deal came from the communist movement. The central secret...
The Iran deal came from a communist group.
What?
What are you talking about?
He is tinfoil hat. He is Alex Jones territory. And Tim, of course, is right there with him. Oh, yeah, everything bad came from the communists.
True.
Central secret of communism is this. The small Communist Party takes over labor unions. The labor unions influence and control the Democratic Party.
So you're saying Joe Sims of the CPUSA and Rosanna, Joe Sims and Rosanna
Cambron,
they're the puppet masters of the Democratic Party in America. Is that?
Yeah, I am saying that.
So he has states the dumb thing, and he goes, I am saying the dumb thing, yes.
Seriously, is this what labor unions basically running the party? This is what we'd have? A federal minimum wage that's still under $8.
Well, anything more would be family communist, care. Krista. Communist.
Honestly, the idea the labor unions run the Democratic Party is like the least plausible thing I've heard in terms of accusations tonight in this show.
The people around them.
Joe Sims is senile. Joe Sims, he doesn't even.
Look, the Communist Party USA. I know Joe Sims too.
Yeah.
The Communist Party USA is led by Joe Sims, but the movement is much broader than that.
Is he related to Phil Sims? That would be fun.
Who?
Phil Sims, the New York Giants Super Bowl winner from the 80s, was
sports. Oh my God, deep cut sports.
Yeah.
You've got the Liberation
You're saying he's the
Road.
puppet master.
Well, he is part of that apparatus.
Who's the puppet master?
Well, I would say Judith LeBlanc would be right up there.
Who
Judith LeBlanc.
Any relation to Matt LeBlanc? I don't know.
Oh my God. I mean, Has knows the communists, right?
He does know communists. That is true.
And he's like, he's dropped 2 communists that Has is not aware of as actively practicing in his group. So it's hilarious every time this guy makes an assertion. Like, who is that?
Dave C. Omunist. That guy.
That guy.
Yeah, he's the leader of the CPUSA in Utah.
Blanc, she's the one who put Deb Haaland in as Secretary of the Interior.
And
what are you talking about? No, surely Joe Biden did that, because that's literally a fucking cabinet appointment. What do you mean?
But she went through the unions, and the unions told Joe what to do, because the unions, America is such a pro-union country right now, Kevin.
Yeah, Joe Biden is literally he might as well just be a trade union leader. That's how.
I mean, every Democratic president has always marched with unions.
Always. It's always happened forever, ever. It's yeah. JFK was shot at a union rally.
Mm-hmm.
Fact. That's not true. Did you know? Actually, This is true. There were on the day that he was murderized. There were 4 either current or future presidents of the United States in Dallas that day.
No.
Yeah. There was
Bush's?
JFK. Obviously. Johnson, who very quickly became president, and then George H.W. Bush and a very young George W.
I didn't realize he was in the city for the same day as he was assassinated.
Well, apparently they lived there at the time.
Oh, well, then he probably would be there then.
Yeah. Just a freaky coincidence. What's this? The Enemies Within. Oh, he's got a YouTube channel. Oh, oh! I found my new heroine. Yes. Enemies Within. The Church. Enemies Within. Feel the Burn. Oh. Honestly, I nearly came. Yes, let's go. Story of the First Baptist Naples. Enemies Within. The stories of the first. Oh, that's the same thing again. MLK versus Social Justice Evangelicals.
What?
Stand Against Marxism Conference. Oh, this. Yes. Yes.
No, sit down against Marxism. It's way more relaxing.
It's a lounge about against Marxism. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chillax against communism.
Exactly.
Or Marxism.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, right.
What is their relation to the Communist Party?
Judith LeBlanc is a member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party.
And she herself put someone in a position of power?
Absolutely, she did. She mounted a campaign called Deb for Interior.
Yeah.
She ran it. They had Facebook pages and buses.
You think Joe Biden is watching out for fucking Facebook pages about who to make interior minister? What are you talking about?
Here's the thing. A lot of people can support a lot of different candidates, and just because a group supports you doesn't mean you're a member of that group.
No, Anthony Blinken was put into power by Stalin.
Yes.
Fact.
I'm sure there was a communist behind that too.
He was running bus campaigns about it back in the 50s.
Oh, all these communists running around.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
I mean, honestly, the John Birch Society is the place for you, my man.
Oh, nutters.
It's absolute lunacy. Yeah.
She was. She got a whole bunch of celebrity endorsements like Alyssa Milano, Mark Ruffalo, Sarah.
Firstly, it's Ruffalo, you cunt. I mean, I don't know why that annoyed me, but it did. Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. Anyway, also, Alyssa Milano and Mark Ruffalo are both just liberals. They're not... What?
Yeah, he might be like a left. He might vote green or whatever. He might even vote for a socialist party, but it doesn't, like, who cares what celebrities
I don't
do?
think... No, Mark Ruffalo's just a liberal. I mean, say just
Probably.
a liberal. They're sort of democratic supporter people. So Alyssa Milano is still the best bit of Alyssa Milano was her randomly turning up right behind Brett Kavanaugh during his hearing. Do you remember? And she was just there.
Vaguely?
Yeah, in his hearing. And it was, I mean, I don't know if she just knows about where the cameras are and all the rest of it, but she was like right over his shoulder taking notes. And I was just really distracted, like, is that Melissa Milano? What the fuck is... What? Why is she here?
My recollection of Mark Ruffalo is that he's pretty much like, we should help poor people and we should be nice to each other and we should provide health care. So, I mean, he's that kind of, I don't know, John Fuglisano or whatever that guy is, who's like the Christian who's actually like, I don't know, tries to practice what Jesus taught. Yeah, I kind of like group those two in the same kind of ideological space, as it were, who are non-political actors.
Christy, of course, the Hulk votes green.
Get it? Get it? Yeah,
beautiful,
I saw that in the chat.
Thank you, Wayward. Thank you, Wayward Story. No, don't thank them. Do not encourage these fetid degenerates. Thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting a sub to crazy. No, fuck me. To Purple Dragon Guy. I don't know why the word crazy popped up there. Apology. I mean, you might also be mentally unwell. I don't know, but that was not my intention to cast aspersions.
Sarah Silverman.
Right.
They got
Sarah Silverman,
Deb
noted
Haaland nominated as Secretary of the Interior.
So you're
that
claiming
is 100% documentable.
You're saying that she originated that entire campaign.
100%.
So,
she led it.
Can you
She
name
led
a
it.
single Communist Party member who is in office right now?
I can.
Joseph Robinette Biden. Check.
Yeah,
mate.
let's see what he says. This is pretty entertaining. Like I said, Haas looks really chilled out.
Yeah.
That is
Doesn't
not the
look rattled.
point.
No, that is the point.
That
because
is
one of
not-
the things we've been pushing for is them to field candidates instead of kissing
hey,
Democrat
no, you're
ass.
trying
and they
to
can't
you're
do
trying
that.
to dissimulate here.
No,
Look,
they don't
it is-
even. They don't have
this
any
is-
independence. They're
Well, no, no,
subservient to the
hold on,
Democrats.
let me finish my point.
They're
Real quick,
subservient to the
Let me finish
Democrats.
my point.
You've been talking.
Absolute shit show. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. This is so entertaining.
It's ridiculous.
What he's saying is quite literally, if you don't declare you're a member of something, you have nothing to do with it at all.
That's right. There's
Well, we
a
need
there's a
proof.
communist movement. There's a few people in the Communist Party that direct a movement. The communist movement is why we have open borders. It's why we.
Firstly, who is we, you dopey bastard?
Can I just point out?
And secondly,
we've never-
no, you don't.
Can I just point out, like, since the American-Mexican War,
Yes.
there's not that we've had an open border. The communists didn't come up with that. We
Well, no,
just
when he
had,
says
like,
open
land.
border, he means there's no checks at any border. You can just walk in, which isn't
Well,
true.
no, that's not true. But I think when he says open borders, he means immigrants coming from the southern border, and that they're crossing the border, and that there's no way to stop them. That's what I think they mean by open border.
Oh, no, they don't. No, I guarantee you the far right do not mean that. They mean literally there is nothing stopping you. Open borders as in literally borders don't exist anymore. That's what they
Yeah.
actually mean. Which is
Well, I guess
just not
maybe
true.
that- Yeah, I mean, clearly that, I mean, anyone who lives on the Canadian border knows that that's not true.
Yeah.
And also, if you live on the Mexican border, you know it's not true because you have to queue up to get your car through. But my dad came back from Canada fishing, and they got stopped. And they were asked by the Canadian customs people, like, "Do you have anything in your truck? Do you have any booze or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh no, we don't." And then somebody packed one away, and he found it in their trunk. So they took their car to the side. They totally ripped their car down. Someone had a carton of cigarettes. Someone had this. He's like, "Oh, okay, if you want to bring this across the border, it's going to cost you $275 or whatever."
Wow.
My dad started like complaining and just like, he wasn't getting aggressive, but he was getting pissy, shall we say. And the guy didn't like his attitude. So he said, "By the way, you're blacklisted in the system. So every time you come through, you're going to get stripped down." And my dad told him, "Good. And I hope it's in February, and I hope you're here."
Oh, bless him. Oh.
And then later he called a friend of his who was a retired sheriff, and he called a buddy of his in the city. I got your name taken out. It's fine.
Oh, no, that's nice. Okay.
But so that guy was, just being a dick. So yeah, there are checks at the Canadian border, and no, they aren't always nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Mouselander. I sent you the book, and I put it in non-fiction. That does not seem like the appropriate definition of non-fiction to me, but there you go. Thank you, Mouselander.
We have Obamacare. It is why Iran is about to get the nuclear weapon. The communist.
Hang on. It's about why Iran is about to get the nuclear weapon. What?
Dude, Obamacare did not come from communists. It really didn't.
Oh, Commucare.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
This movement controls the labor unions of this country, and the labor unions control a Democratic Party.
As long as
that is,
You've showed nothing to suggest either of those things is true.
The definition of communist movement.
Yeah, the communist
agree.
movement is anybody who has an allegiance to the communist movement.
Anyone I don't like. It's just anyone I vaguely don't like is a communist. Amazing.
Basically, yeah, and Obamacare is fucking communism.
It is
Get
communism.
the fuck out.
Yeah,
it's private insurance.
Yeah,
It's still
communist.
using private
Communism.
insurance companies.
Yeah, communism, Krista. What don't you understand about that? Everything is communism.
Yeah, that's right. John Birch Society.
Cornflakes are communism.
Yes.
The moon is communism.
Vegan and vegetarianism.
Yeah, all communist. Yeah, the metaphysical concept of ennui is communist.
Party members, some are not. Some are Democrats, like Chris Murphy, the senator from Connecticut, deeply in bed with the communists.
love it. Oh, he's a fucking lunatic.
He really is.
Thank you. We've got Barack Obama. Oh, that's amazing. Look at look at the cover for this. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, I can't see it.
So, well, I'm about to show you.
Okay.
Barack Obama and the Enemies Within. Love it. Got a little cheeky hammer and sickle. Very much sums up what the B-dub was all about, was the communism. Considering he was the president of, let me just check, the largest capitalist country on earth. Okay. You know, that's a thing.
All right. So, Chris Murphy said Thursday, and this was published March 31st of 2023.
He said, "I love Mao."
Highlighting his
Karl Marx is Bay. Yeah, go on.
Highlighting his decade-long work to curb gun violence and vowing not to accept any corporate donations during his campaign, which makes me think he used to accept corporate donations to his campaign.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, communist. Yeah.
Yes. I can't see in this article whether or not that he's taken corporate money in the past, but...
corporate money is communism.
Yes, he said he is now determined to right another wrong when it comes to his re-election and promised to not accept any corporate or political action committee donations.
Which is also communism.
Righting a wrong means you know what communists don't take?
Cock.
Corporate. No, I'm sure they take cock.
Corporate.
I can't see any communists taking corporate donations.
That's the most communist. What are you talking about?
Can you imagine someone actually trying to run as a communist and then point like, why are like big pharma companies giving you money? Because communism.
Because of communism.
Communist Party. While he was criticizing Trump for Russia, he had a Communist Party member as one of his key staff members.
I mean, even if that's true, which I doubt, because you've shown no evidence for anything, why would him being criticizing about Russia? Because Russia isn't communist. So why would that even be relevant? Like, you're still trying to do Red Scare shit from the 70s.
Yes, he really is.
Like, you know, the USSR doesn't exist anymore. Please tell me you're aware of that.
Yeah, it's a capitalist oligarchy.
Oligarchy.
You know, what was their key role as the staff member?
He was running his office.
Glenn Beck endorses the writings of Trevor Loudon. Brilliant.
Yep, tells you everything you need to know.
Absolutely delicious.
One of his officers.
So I think what you're doing is cherry picking cases where communists are acting as subservient to the Democrats. Because here's
cases. Look, Obamacare.
Here's what I have practical experience
Obamacare was completely a Democratic Socialist of America program.
Look,
it is now the law of the land in this country.
That's
the
not
fact
true.
That Deb Haaland.
Not true.
The fact that Deb.
It's not. Yeah, it literally was.
It's factually wrong.
Mitt Romney's Massachusetts thing, wasn't it? That's just what it is. But that's communism.
Yeah.
That's how far right they've gone now. That Mitt Romney, the former GOP fucking presidential candidate, is a communist. Genius.
This man is ridiculous. He's more ridiculous than Oz in some way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Does seem to have some grounding in reality, kind of.
He legitimately reads books. He might misunderstand them, or he might read them with an agenda.
Does he write books, Christy? Does he write appallingly shit books?
But at least he's engaging with the material he's familiar with, what he's talking about. This guy's not read any any Marxist critique. I guarantee it.
Well, he's probably read Mitt Romney, so he probably he's read communism.
Yeah, someone in the chat, who was that? By Pagan Man, DSA wanted single payer. Yeah, single payer would have been much closer.
Yeah, but that would have been super turbo communism.
Can't have that.
Is cancelling energy leases all over this country, directly put in place by a card-carrying open member of the Communist Party USA, which is completely documentable. I have it in my books.
Sure,
I can show you all of it.
Before we get into the book, I think what we're actually touching upon here is the simple fact that the Communist Party USA has relinquished its role as an independent political organ of the working class and has entirely subordinated itself as an institution to the Democratic Party.
And there he lost it. Okay.
Yep. Now he's going into conspiracy.
Yeah, he's like, for a second he was orbiting reality, and then he's just flown off into the asteroid belt of bullshit.
Let's just say he was asking interesting questions.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if his reality might still be warped, but within the confines of his warped reality, he knew bullshit when he heard it.
It's like we were in a care home with like senile, batty old people, and Haz was having a lucid moment.
Yes.
The flame of memory was there, and he had a little lucid moment, and you thought, oh, it was good to have him back again, if only for a moment. Only to then see the senility creep over again, and he starts going about, "Are you my son? Oh, what time is it? No, I've got school in the morning."
Wouldn't you say that the classic definition of a communist is someone who wants to
do communism?
Basically collectivize the means of production.
Collectivize is a strong term, which some would disagree with, but. In some sense, socialise, yes.
Basically, socialise, the means of production. Is the Democratic Party doing anything like that?
Not anything like that, no.
No. So, are you basically redefining the word communism?
To be anything I don't like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
based on your time and context and history?
The mathematics of this in his head is, thing I don't like equals communism.
Oh, yeah, obviously. And there's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon to some random staffer who also was a member of the Communist Party in college. That proves...
A staffer who went to a meeting with a person who used to be in the Communist Party. Literally, one of his reasons he gave was fucking... what was it? She spoke at a conference
Patty.
Was it the fucking United Workers of Utah or whatever the fuck it was? And someone well, you probably would be Washington, and someone else spoke there who was a Communist Party member. So it wasn't even a Communist Party meeting or anything. It was just a person went there who was a communist. Like I was on a train once with a guy wearing a tiki mask. Does that mean I'm part of a voodoo ritual now? What? Like, silly.
According to him.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me finish because I let you finish. It makes sense that here or there you're going to find staffers of this or that person who's actually in power, who's a member of the Communist Party. The whole role of that organization is just to serve Democrats. And I know this because it's a huge point of contention within the party. People in the party are not happy about this, but Joe Sims and Rosanna, who are corrupt sellouts from the Committees of Correspondence era, who are reformists from the Gorbachev era, who reject Orthodox Marxism-Leninism, continue to toe this line. Why? Because they're corrupt sellouts who are institutionally subordinated to powers that are higher than them. And again, this has historical precedent.
Unlike you, who supports Stalin.
I gotta say, he knows the goss. Like, he has all the drama down. He can name...
He knows the law, yes.
Yeah, he's not just referring to a staffer. He's got names. He understands the political internal fighting and the factionalism in a way these guys are just, like, not even capable of processing.
Yeah. He's working on...
Hilarious.
He's playing 1D chess. They're playing 0D chess.
Yeah, they're playing checkers.
Exactly.
Traitors to the working class movement, ex-communists, make for excellent servants of the ruling class. They did in World War I when the Social Democrats of Germany and France were at the vanguard of promoting the First Imperialist War. And that's exactly what Lenin was standing out opposed to and against. So
imagine how bankrupt your political ideology has to be to constantly keep referencing a guy who's been dead for a century.
I was going to say, he's such a Lenin stan. Everything has to come back to... Like, that's his flaw.
You've got nothing more relevant than a guy who's been dead more than a century. Yeah, I mean, your political ideology is bankrupt then. It's got nothing. It's got nothing. And that's, by the way, that's not to say you can't reference, like, old school philosophy shit or old school political theory. But if that's your go-to on everything, it's over. Leave it. Let it go.
I think... well, as I say, I should hope that the chat is filled with people explaining the petty bourgeoisie isn't actually an original Marxist theoretical term, but it's probably not.
No, it was invented by France.
So you're completely wrong. All you're proving is that there's a whole lot of people who were communists at one point became shills, sellouts, and traitors, which is true. I agree.
Wow, they gave Haas the last word.
Yeah, they let him do a little mic drop on him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Wow.
I mean, how badly do you have to fail to lose to 2 holes?
They both did.
They both got, ironically, the fucking
2 holes.
fucked by 2 holes. Yeah. Genius. Well done, guys. That was fucking dreadful. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
All of you.
Yeah,
All of you.
exactly. We are all poorer for having experienced that. Yeah. Anyway, so that 15-minute video took us nearly 2 hours.
But it was Haz and Tim Pool. I mean, I think we gave the content. It's just deserved.
And I found my new literary heroine. That's not heroin with an E at the end, by the way.
Yes, yeah, that was a gem. That was a vacation. That was hilarious.
Beautiful. See, now would be a good time for the musical interlude.
Do, 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 do.
Hey, a quick one. Okay. Okie dokie. So Britain is very depressing. I've been through this a million times with you. And there are very few things that sum up how depressing is, but some of the architecture of the place, right? So this is what someone refers to as a deathscape, which I think is true. Look at this thing, right? Sensory garden.
What?
Sensory garden.
Okay, all right. Let's just point this out, right? It's next to a train tracks.
Yeah.
It's got the asphalt is kind of dipped, so it has a puddle that you have to walk around.
Yeah.
Or you get your feet wet. And it has several plant holders that look to just have scrub.
Weeds, just weeds, yeah.
Just weeds on an uncomfortable brown bench.
Yep.
Surrounded by everything being the same color.
Doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a long time.
Everything is the same color. So auditory, sort of like comfort-wise, sensation, your visuals, nothing in here.
It doesn't. The thing is, what I will say on a practical level is, it doesn't say good sensory garden. So, look, a sense of dread.
Look, first of all,
foreboding.
Okay, it doesn't. There's no garden.
No,
that is not a.
That is not a garden. No,
that is a sensory area.
That is a sensory place to shoot up.
Yes, before you go running.
Yeah.
Put your running shoes on there.
Yes.
Wow.
That is. Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't even like meditate in there because the trains would go by.
Well, talking of meditation, another one in Bristol. They actually did a nice thing, or at least attempted to. They set up a multi-faith prayer area.
Is that just out? Did they convert a smoking area?
It basically what they've done is built a kind of fake bus stop. Honestly, I would pray in a fucking shitty toilet before I prayed in there.
It looks incredible. Like all the water from the rains just like made everything. But how are you supposed to kneel in there?
Yeah. Yeah. Just again, they tried. Britain is a very depressing place. That is
tried
all.
Being the operative.
Yeah. I mean, they failed, but they did try.
Yes.
Bless them.
Okay, in what way this week?
Tesla's a shit. Where are we?
Is this about a lawsuit?
No, this is about the cars just being fucking dreadful.
Okay.
Where is the thing? Here it is.
And now we gotta know which shitty car we're talking about.
It's the Cybertruck thing with its self-driving thingamajig.
The Cybertruck that is made of like stainless steel, which is like a ridiculous material to make a truck out of.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the self-driving car, the idea, it doesn't work.
Yeah. But that's the advantage.
Steering into oncoming traffic.
Is like a pure AI system. There's no mapping here other than just like normal street maps. It's just basically driving with computer vision, just taking the cameras as inputs and driving based on that.
But if I was going to give like a devil's advocate hot take there, it's like, why is Tesla so picky about making it cameras only? And then like on some respects from the user experience, that appears to be suffering. Like, is that a cost thing? Like, whoa, that was crazy. But you know what I mean? Like,
if I'm going to use this...
Basically keeps swerving towards cars.
Yeah, why is the steering wheel moving so much? It shouldn't do that.
No.
No human drives like that.
No, that's
of a
not
low wait
safe.
time.
No.
If I wanted to have a low wait time, there needs to be a lot of cars. And if there needs to be a lot of cars, I need to be able to mass produce them at a low cost and get a ton of them out onto the street so the service can actually work. If you're requiring people...
Whoa! Holy
shit. Just blew through that stoplight?
Yeah.
Jesus! This shouldn't be allowed on the roads! You could have killed people! It just blew it straight
Hey,
to
thanks
a red
for...
light.
No, I mean, I appreciate you streaming your crimes.
Yeah.
That's incredibly easy now for the police. You've literally provided enough evidence for you to be charged with blowing through a red light.
This car is trying to kill its passengers and many other people besides.
And here you say, oh, it wasn't me driving. It was the auto... No, you're behind the fucking wheel, mate. If
Also-
the car breaks traffic laws, I think you should be held accountable.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And
Yeah.
also, can I just say, the guy who's doing this, the technology behind this, I definitely think he should be able to drill inside people's fucking skulls.
Oh, yeah, I saw a thing about how a government is saying, yeah, you didn't tell people about the Neuralink, how many monkeys actually died.
Yeah, thousands.
Which we knew about because of the common sense skeptic. Or at least I did.
Well, it was I think a freedom of information request or something, but yeah, he popularized that information, which is good. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is an idiot, I should point out. Again,
Oh, that wasn't good.
just literally trying to swerve into a parked car there that he literally had to take over from the fucking thing.
Yep.
Genius.
I mean, it doesn't
Crazy.
fucking work.
I was a little freaked out right there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
And again,
What's going on here?
you're in a fucking death trap, is what's happening.
Yes. He's giving you a shit product and then claiming it's great.
Look, literally, why are you taking over from the computer? Turn the computer off and drive to your destination. It is the only way you will get there alive.
Good.
Wow, this is crazy.
All right, hold on a second. Let me look at the cameras. Okay. Yeah, I think they're fine.
Yeah, the car's just shit.
I thought Waymo was like dead in the water, so I feel like I need to like eat my words on that.
At the end of the day, you don't need mapping. You don't need to know where you are at a centimeter level. You just need really good AI. You just need really good intelligence. And you saw like all the...
Some actual intelligence would be a
Like
good
a
start
person.
at first, yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone AI, just I would be a
Just,
good
yeah.
start.
Just start with one letter.
Yeah.
extra
Don't rush
sensors,
yourself.
all the extra hardware, all the extra cost to get the Waymo to run.
Again, literally trying to swerve into
And,
oncoming traffic.
This thing can do pretty well with that.
Why are you
Why-
two dickheads laughing at that? It just tried to swerve you into oncoming traffic.
If a friend tried to do that to you, you
Yeah.
would have your car. You'd pull over and say, "Get out! I'm going to drive."
Yeah,
Or
or,
I'm gonna
I'd just
walk.
say, look, if you want to do this, drop me off here. I'll catch a train at home.
Yeah.
I don't, look, I'm not. This isn't worth it. This is ridiculous.
You just
Without
paid
any
for a self-driving car that doesn't self-drive.
Yeah.
You owned yourself. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's not doing too well today.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, hot take is like...
Yeah, it's really not doing too fucking well today, is it? Jesus Christ. I'm never getting in one of those. It's never
I don't
happening.
even want to be near the road when one is on it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be allowed. That's clearly not safe. It was several times tried to swerve into either oncoming traffic or parked vehicles.
Uh-huh. And people want to fall asleep behind the wheel, that shit.
Well, they will, but they'll be taking an eternal sleep. Some of them, I imagine. Jesus Christ.
We might not get through everything tonight.
Probably not. Okay, we'll rush through, right? Okay. Paris Hilton dropped advertising on Twitter because it's racist.
Yep, that's it. That was that one.
That one's done.
Another Elon related. Elon
Yeah.
adjacent.
Not the only one left as well. Cheeky bit of Holocaust denial. Yeah.
Also Elon Musk?
Not Elon Musk this time, no.
Oh, this time,
An
okay.
Israeli government spokesperson.
What?
Yeah, let's have a cheeky little look at this.
I mean, they're denying the Holocaust in Gaza?
Well,
that's a genocide, sorry. It's not a Holocaust.
We will continue until total surrender. You know the phrase total surrender, like Nazi Germany at the time, like Imperial Japan at the time. We need to have total surrender.
Okay,
after
Mr. Barker,
exchange.
can I ask you more about that phrase that you're using? Because you say it's one that we understand, total surrender. Do you mean just total surrender of the Hamas militants? Because Gaza is a place that is run by Hamas. We're talking about civil society in Gaza as well. Who exactly is it that you want to surrender?
Just to remind you, I don't remember Britain or the United States at the tail end of the Second World War bombing Dresden.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Second World War, though. I'm asking you about what is happening right now, not what happened decades ago.
What Hamas is committing is worse than what the Nazis did. We will...
Sorry. I felt bad about incorrectly saying Holocaust when I meant genocide. But he just said what?
Yeah. So apparently Hamas is worse than the Nazis, which is, I mean, literally Holocaust denial bullshit. Like, Hamas are bad, and they killed like 1,200 people. That's fucked up. I don't know that you can compare it to Auschwitz, actually.
Or any of the other ones.
Yeah, that's a very, very shitty thing to say. Imagine if a non-Jewish person had said that.
Oh, they'd got fucking lit up.
Yeah.
And presumably presumably he got lit up too. I mean, just being Jewish doesn't protect him from every bit of
No, but if you're in the Israeli government, that's just allowed. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu literally said that Hitler didn't want to kill Jewish people until a Palestinian convinced him. They do Holocaust denial all the time. All the time. They are
the government.
Really, really, really terribly anti-Semitic people. The Israeli government. They let Jewish people down all the time.
Oh God, yes. Oh, absolutely. They are becoming totalitarian. Absolutely. It's just like, and they're doing a genocide.
Yes, they are also doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Nice, quick, easy one. Elon Musk is a racist prick. Doesn't understand anything. Someone said Jack Posobiec, noted twat. Watch the reaction of people when they learn that Mohammed is now the most popular boy's name in Galway Island. And Elon Musk says, true in most countries in Europe. Data from the actual thing. It's not in the top 10 in Turkey, literally a fucking Muslim majority country. Not the top 10 in Germany, not the top 10 in France. 5th in the UK, not top 10 in Italy, not top 10 in Spain. It is misleading to say true in most countries in Europe.
So he's still getting owned by his own features.
Yep, because he's an idiot. Also, his new biggest idea, by the way, which I reported on during the week, he got rid of headlines from stories.
Yeah,
so it's literally
you talked about this.
He's just bringing it back.
He has to.
But people are like, oh, that's really innovative thinking. Well done. The dick riders are just on a different level.
Well, Elon Musk is a racist prick. He's the biggest prick in the whole wide world. He's a stupid prick if there ever was a prick.
That is nicely done.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Mike Voritz. I'll speed through this one as well. Mike Voritz was famous for doing the was it the Whirlpool? I think it was called. Anyway. He's an ultra right-wing Catholic bigoted piece of shit. He's the inspiration for Steve Shives' mailbag feature guy. Do you remember the Christian pastor guy? He's based on Mike Voritz. Mike Voritz was famous back in the kind of YouTube atheism days as like a go-to lolcow. Anyway, it turns out he's had to step down from his ministry because of what they call a breach of decency protocol. Now, we don't know whether that means noncing or whether he's done some gay shit. I don't know what he's been up to. But either way, he's basically being described by other Catholics now as a pervert. And that's funny to me because he's a cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't lose any sleep at night for that. In fact, it might help me go to sleep.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Hey, by the way, I want to say, Hoffman, I left X.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Well, I mean, I did get banned for Calling Elon Musk an ass.
Do you see what I've done there? Women hunted the mammoth. We hunted the mammoth. Yeah, that's...
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a quick one too if you want to just bring up the story, but it is not an article. It's actually a newspaper article or an online article.
There we go.
Describing two pieces of research that show that women have been hunting for a long time. One of them, so they're both from an anthropology journal, and one of them was like women had like this kind of skill, and so they were better suited for hunting. And I think anybody can fucking hunt. I don't think anyone is genetically or biologically that's
well, one
suicide.
of the advantages of human development was that we built tools with which to beat stronger animals. You don't have a woman who is relatively physically fit can throw a spear or shoot a fucking arrow.
Yeah,
it's actually not that difficult.
Yeah, and you might have an easier time moving your way through the forest quietly if you're smaller, whether or not you're a man or a woman or non-binary. So that one. But yes, just all of this long-held man, the hunter, woman, the gatherer. The more we look at the evidence, the more evidence goes. That's just a sexist trope of modernity that you put on us.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that to us, Christy, because it's a thing you've done videos on in the past, and it's an important issue which is worth bringing up.
Well, and if people want to hear the original, the myth of Man the Hunter, I actually recorded that on Speechify because it's an open access article, and you can repurpose it as long as you credit it. And if you want to hear the whole article in full, just go to the videos on my channel.
There you go.
Yay! All right, this is going to be our other long video of the night because Kevin, you're going to love this.
Okay. Let's have a go. Right.
We kind of like did them out of order. We did the third one.
Yeah, we did
first,
the third one, which, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Christy. I don't know if this is going to be spoiled for me by knowing the ending, which I've totally forgotten already anyway. So, yeah. Right.
Pretty much every day, but between the paid Patreon to-do list and the limited number of videos I do each month, alas, almost all of them must go ignored. However, once in a very, very long time, someone will bring a book to my attention, and I'll be instantly gripped with a depressing certainty that, now that I know it exists, I am going to have to cover it. It's like...
Yeah, I get that quite a bit as well.
You got it tonight, didn't you?
I did indeed. Also, Christy, look at my that's the image I went with for today's thing. Rather than the Trump tits thing from earlier that I described, that's the image I went with, the Kev as Uwu face that someone did.
All right, I'm waiting for the lagged video to catch up.
No, it's on the right hand side there. Look, my live.
Oh, that pink one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see it. Yeah. It's over there. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say Dominic was looking a little off kilter, but that was because you were moving the screen to show your image.
Yeah, exactly.
That one is nightmare fuel.
It is a little bit. Yeah, they've sort of painted over my eyes or whatever. I don't know.
With like a Mr. Blobby kind of
inspired look. That's an unnecessary comparison, but thank you.
No, I'm just thinking of the dots.
No, Christy, no, it's fine. I'm not offended. I'm not. Anyway, I suggest you cheat so we have the musical interlude after this. Well, I suggest you shut the fuck up in chat. Actually, that's just unfair. I'm sorry, Sean. You're a good person. Anyway, we're doing this. Don't forget to give me money in the form of bits and subscriptions. You can't give me money on YouTube because YouTube like Nazis. Yeah, I said it. We're going to fucking give me less money, cunts.
He's talking to YouTube there, not the viewers.
Not the viewers, no, YouTube, yeah. I'm strictly poking the bear of YouTube in the eye, because why not?
Come on, trainer. Such was my fate when this monstrosity was tweeted at me. So let's talk about MAGA hat romance.
Ladies first.
Liberty Adams, that was
But
it.
first, a quick word about our sponsor. Has it ever taken your
fancy?
program on Iceland.
Give me money, give me all of the money.
It's MAGA, but then again, very little about this book makes any sense. Before I begin, I would like to remind one and all that, despite my very sexy accent, I was born in North Carolina, go Tar Heels, and I currently reside in California, go wine country. But anyway, the point is, I have as much right to be exasperated by the red hat wearing buffoons as...
Is that true, or is that a bit? Was he born in North Carolina?
It could have been. I mean, there's a university there if his parents met there, or one of them's British and then they moved back to England for most of his upbringing.
Does he have a...
I don't know his bio.
Oh, I don't know either. Hang on. Dominic Noble. Is he on social media somewhere? Dominic Noble.
I think he's gonna list where
he's
he
got a
like
website. He's got a website, so
all right.
FAQs. When they reviewed this convention, full-time YouTuber. He's got a Twitter. I want to see if he's got pictures of him in California now, like that would seem to suggest things.
Well, then go on his Instagram.
My British arse when my American friends tell me they're watching the cricket. Why though? Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. He's retweeting Danny Wallace. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm buying this. I don't know.
You think his accent is faked?
No, I think he's British and he's pretending to be from North Carolina for the bit, I think, or something. Or maybe
Why
not.
North Carolina, though?
Because it sounds like hickey. I don't know. I don't know, Christy. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter.
The next citizen. Ladies first, MAGA Hack Romance Book 1, not to be...
Thank you, Over Historian with 1066 bits, who asks too soon. It is too soon, yes. Barely 1,000 years has passed.
The French.
Since Christy took a piss on air.
Yeah, I'm filling up my water. No, actually, they were Normans. They weren't French. They were Norman French, which was different because they descended from Vikings.
True. Formerly is an English reviewer of books, history... affiliated with Channel Awesome. Despite his English nationality, Dominic was born in the United States. Okay.
Like Boris Johnson.
Yeah. He has an immense dislike of 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, but he was born in New York, which is like a proper state. Yeah, I said it. North Carolina. What are you going to do?
It's